Yeah. I don't know how good you can hear me, but you should be able to hear me pretty good because I just got this headset, this new one, because the old one, uh, well, I just got a new one because I obviously needed a new one. Never gonna play with that nigga. And as you can see, I stocked up on hearts, and as you can guess, it's gonna be a Lucky Towers grind. I'm gonna try to do 4 hours today to make up for missing the other days. And then I may do 2 hours on Xbox, then take a break, do 2 hours on the PlayStation 5. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna just let the CPU do these and get these out the way through AI, and then I'll do what I need to do. But yeah, it's been a minute. If you're wondering why it's been a minute, I think y'all already know why it's been a minute. Haven't been my best, uh, as much as I would want to. So let me check, see if that what that did exactly. See, test. Okay, test. What about this? Test. 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 Okay. Yeah, that was better, I think. Or was it? Was it better? Was it better? Was it better? Was it better? Okay, I think the what I'm doing here is transferring the audio back and forth from either the headset or to the TV, and I would prefer the TV. So I'm gonna leave it like this. Um, but yeah, hopefully this one will last a while. It's give and take really with everything. only I could get Cassidy to be like this. I mean, that's the end goal here is to where I'm using Cassidy like with a locality build right now. Uh, I still can't believe the odds that not only the towers I did with Cassidy had Rambo in them, but I think it was like 3 or 4 times I did it, and every time I just got a lucky blow for Rambo, which I couldn't use because I don't have Rambo. But I don't think I don't know because you never know with these towers what I don't know, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll do this one with Sindel, then the next with Cetrion. But yeah, not much new with me. Other than I don't know. I guess you could say I'm going the same route in life that Spider-Man is in the MCU, where he's just diving into his work and cutting off emotional connections for better and for worse. And it's still depressing. I still think that's depressing that how they ended No Way Home. But once I like took a step back and like, oh, and like analyzed why it ended like that, which is because of the deal with Marvel and Sony, and they had to be like ambiguous and have a reason for why he's not there in the MCU helping. I mean, they still kind of screwed themselves up because in Multiverse Madness they mentioned Spider-Man, and every time I'm like, oh, I'd be like, oh, maybe they know it happened or no, they. It's not that they remembered there was a Spider-Man and then something happened. They remember the whole thing, which was the point of the ending of the whole thing was nobody was supposed to remember anything because they say the reason they bring them up in the first place is to reference their history with multiverse shenanigans, and that it's not their first introduction to the multiverse and stuff. So they do remember it. So even then, I don't know, but that either way, my point is it's just depressing. Like it was a depressing ending to leave Spider-Man on, and then on top of that, from what we've heard that they will be doing with him, still going to be depressing because everything they've said is essentially he's just going to be focusing on being Spider-Man and balancing. It's not going to be balancing his life. It's just going to be about him replacing his life with Spider-Man. But of course, in order to do that, he has to be living decently. But you know, who knows? Um, I'm on Xbox, Isabel, so I see your chat on my phone. Um, so I just don't see it on screen, but I'm looking at it right now. I'm all right. it's good to hear that my voice is kind of buggy. Uh, Maybe it's the controller and not the headset. But either way, it's the only other headset I got, or at least one that I could use effectively and consistently. I mean, look, I literally bought and ordered this headset like a few days ago, specifically because the other you told me the other one was so bad, and I guess it's not the headsets; it's just my controllers. So I don't even know what to do about that at this point. I'll give this one to Sindel too. Might as well, because then yeah, give this one to Sindel too. But yeah, that's the story of my life. Try to make things better for them to only either get worse or stay the same. So yeah, I think last time you were here, Isabel, was what I was doing was I was playing something, and yeah, I think I was playing something. You were saying stuff in chat, but I think I can't remember. I don't know. Either way, it was me ignoring you intentionally, but it was because I had a lot going on. Yeah, I was playing something, and then you asked me. I think yeah, I think it was Marvel Rivals, and you said you did I want to like play 1v1, or you asked me what mode I was in, and I didn't answer you because I did not want to play with anybody like at that point, because I mean I don't enjoy playing Rivals anyway. So, um, but yeah, that was partially due to that. Secondly, due to like me realizing, oh, you were in fact. I mean, you telling me that yeah, you were in fact someone who wanted me to commission them. So that put like a sour taste in my mouth, I guess you could say. And then on top of that, I had a big thing happen, and I blew up on Nancy on stream, and I didn't feel like blowing up on you on stream. Um, I'm supposed to like clip this. Yeah, it's got to be the controllers, but that's the fucked up part. I can't do. I got two controllers and can't do nothing with them. Uh, all the money I spent on all this stuff, and it don't work, unbeknownst to me. Anyway, but point is, oh yeah, I didn't have a heart attack necessarily. Um, no, it's not the controller mic. There's two jacks. I didn't set up the jack for the long square jack in the Xbox One. I used the regular, like jack for like if you had like an Android phone or a laptop. I used that jack because I was in a rush to start streaming, and I do have a USB jack, but I don't have the adapter to plug into the Xbox One that would allow me to use a USB jack. I'd have to buy that. So maybe if I buy that, then like set it up, it'll work better. If not, and it is just the controllers, then I have to send that back and get a new controller. So I don't know, but then that'll be like three Xbox One controllers, and there's no three-player Xbox One games I have, or four if I wanted to get like two to completely replace my other ones. So I don't know, but let me see. Yeah, I can hear it on here. It's breaking out a little bit, but point is, I just did not want to be bothered with anybody, uh, and that's the truth. I just didn't want to be bothered with anybody, uh, because even the people I was bothering myself with turned on me again. So it was like, yeah, I don't want anybody in my life actually. And then I told you about the hospitalization, and it wasn't a heart attack and it wasn't a stroke apparently, but the people who I went to that said it wasn't that were also the people that sent me to the ER, who apparently had my vitals and everything wrong, calculated wrong. Either that or they changed once I was in the ER. And what I did was we don't know, but it's most definitely heart related to my heart. But either way, uh, I'm still feeling like horrible now, but at the same time, it's like, if you look at my Instagram, I'd be like, don't cry about the past, King. Cry about the future because it ain't getting better. Because that's a fact. You know, it's the truth. I mean, it really it isn't worth discussing with you about it because you know, yeah. I mean, it's not like if I were to be in the hospital, I would call you or you would come visit me. It does not matter. But the point is, I'm just letting like the people watching who are wondering, oh, why haven't you been sticking to your schedule that you just made? That's why I'm feeling like shit, mentally and physically, and I just, haven't had the time. Yeah, see, everybody says, I'm here. Feel free to share. Up until they're not free, or available and here. And so I've gotten to that point where for a while, I don't really want to open up anymore. I've done enough talking to last the rest of the lifetime I have with everybody in every like position, family, friends, professionals. I've done enough, and I'm just tired. You know, and I know a lot of other people feel that way too. And everyone's always like, "Don't give up." But let's be real. That's just some bullshit. That no one really. If you don't know the people like personally, if you don't know the people you interact with personally, and you're already struggling to handle the people you do know personally on a regular basis in your life, just be honest and just say, hey, look, I ain't got time to be talking about your this depressing shit you want to talk about, bro. And I don't even know you like that. I don't even like you like that. Just be honest. Because, especially for someone like me, it hurts more to be told you do care and then not be there or make the time. So, you know. But it's kind of hard to not make my streams depressing now when when I am so depressed and in pain and turmoil, mentally and physically. So it's like, okay, but it's just how it be. That's life. I gotta find that meme. I saved that meme somewhere on my phone or on my computer. I don't know, but oh my god, please, Cetrion. Oh, okay, I was gonna say Cetrion. I don't want to talk about all that to you, especially on stream. If you really care that much, we'll just have to do it like in DMs. But like I said, I don't even if you mean it, I don't want to even risk it. So I'll probably just tell you surface information, and that'll be it. Because you can't fathom the amount of times like someone like you is like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that I'm here," and then they abandon you. See, like when you think about it, it's so easy to say, don't give up or don't feel like you can't come to someone and talk to them about what you're going through. But how many like times like on a regular basis do people like say, bro, that like I understand you're going through a lot, but I ain't a therapist and you ain't paying me, so I really don't want to hear it. You're bringing my mood down. Yeah. So, um, I mean, I guess that's good that it's hard to hear me because that way, there's not much to say. Um, let me think. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go back. I'm gonna do 2 hours here and go live on the PS5. 2 hours. I don't know how far apart. I've been thinking about doing streams at night too. But either way, um, yeah. But damn man, I just bought this headset, man. I just bought it. And before that, the one was supposed to be good, like of good quality too. Like it's crazy. But yeah, yeah. Spent time with family last night. It was really good, and we all had a good time. Um, but that was ruined because I started feeling like shit after. So Izzy, of course, I checked it before buying it. I looked at reviews. It was the best of what I could find for what I needed it for, and the cheapest, and with the deals and everything. Maybe it's because I'm just now opening and using it for the first time right now. Um, but even so, it's still like this is brand new. Like saying it was, and that's the thing with the older one I had. That was like new when I like first started using it, and it was like still bad apparently. So I don't know. It's like I'm not an irresponsible purchase like maker, even though I did buy a shirt that says turtle and it's like a turtle on it, but instead of the shell, it's like a poop emoji. But I mean, I deserved it. I needed a new shirt anyway, a new comfortable fitting, funny looking shirt to get compliments on in public. You know, I needed that. But yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to like work this. I'm gonna work all this out for the Xbox, or I'm gonna like full on start doing PC and PS5 streams and just use the Xbox for when I want to play normally. Even though, at least if I'm doing Xbox, I can I can just I can open chat and just talk casually while not even playing and have the AI do it. But even as simple and more engaging as that sounds, it doesn't matter if people can't hear me. You like giving the like actually talking back, and then I'm not even playing on top of that. So it's like then there's no engagement being done at all. So it's like yeah, no one's giving me tips because I'm not actually playing. No one's talking because they can't hear me, and I'm not reading their chats because no one's sending chats. So it's like yeah, but yeah. Let me check at least now. Right now. Yeah, let me check at least. Yeah, it's decent, but there's not much I can do. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the internet. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to plug in my Ethernet cord while streaming into the Xbox. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's like a disconnect in the audio because of that. Because like the other times, uh, when I'm using other stuff, it's not that bad. So I don't know, but that'll be for next time. Um, Either way, but yeah, I'm gonna try to do a lot more with the channel. Like I think I said mentioned before, I was trying to make actual videos as well because I wanted to review the Spectacular Spider-Man, make a video, not Spectacular Spider-Man, but the Spectacular Spider-Man run. I wanted to make a video talking about how that and how it wasn't. It didn't like it just didn't hit the same as other stuff because like even then I started reading the Deadpool and Spider-Man team ups uh, comics, and them and even the Spider-Man comic with Peter and Miles, the first one. I haven't seen the second. Even with those, they hit me, and so did the Uncanny Spider-Man and all that. Even all that hit me, like it made me interested in it. Like then, like right then, like once I was like while I was reading it, I was into it. But the Spectacular Spider-Man, every issue, it was I just didn't like it. Every issue was like boring and uninteresting to me, and it felt more like the girl. There's the Elemental. That's her superhero name or whatever. They it felt more like she was the protagonist than the Spider-Man or even the whole cast they were trying to do. Um, and even so, like it was just weird to me. Like even the main concept that blew up of like Gwen Stacy and Peter having a life and whatnot. Like if it was like an illusion through like Mysterio or like Goblin Gas, whatever, that would have made more sense. But the reason like all that was going on was because they were physically captured, weren't they? They were hooked up in machines, but their machines were viewed by the people that captured them. So it was like, how do you explain it? It was odd that they captured the Spider-Man and put them in these machines that made perfect lives for them using their memories, but they didn't put together that the Spider-Man, like, their secret identities. Like, I didn't get why, like, because if they knew their secret identities, then it'd be like, okay, well, why aren't you going public with that or using that as a leverage? Because they were trying to get commissioned by, yeah, I think Tombstone. He looked like his Insomniac version. Was it Tombstone? It's Tombstone the not the no, it was Hammerhead. Hammerhead. Not Tombstone. Got it mixed up. It was Hammerhead. Either way, it was not good. And then the ending, I the ending would have felt better had the adventures they've been on in each issue actually been interesting and thrilling or intense. But the only intense thing that happened was Peter and Miles fighting, and that was like early on in the like arc that they had. It's just, I don't know. Everyone says they want their Spider-Man to be street level, but they have to make the street level stuff so convoluted, like the lizard's son being kidnapped and stuff, and it's like, okay, I mean, I don't know why you would do that, but or why he would, because it was like the two Electros teamed up, and they held the lizard's son hostage to get something from. I think it was like to boost their power, but the then the lizard and Dr. Connors were split into two different beings. But that was explained like in a different story arc. But it was explored in a different story arc and like a different like run or whatever. But either way, the main point was that like Connors and the lizard were working together to find out like where their son was because they had kidnapped their son, but weren't going to give him back until he helped them. But then he had the upper hand through the lizard. Uh, damn. I put it on AI by accident. Thank you. I was gonna say if it took it did take the regeneration thing though, but okay. But it just the whole situation behind it was like it was supposed to imply that like that early arc. I mean, where they were putting like their dream life through Arcadium, but it was just dumb when you really think about it. But I guess all comics are dumb when you really think about it. But that was just like okay. And they tried after that whole thing was like solved and resolved. They tried to be like, oh, what happened was everyone got traumatized from the whole experience of that, and it's like because they lost something they really wanted the most, especially like Peter again. But at the same time, it's like, no, I don't think, because Peter explained it was he knew Gwen was dead, but didn't question why she was alive and why like, why all that was like, why she was back and they had a, he didn't really think about it too much. And, I don't know. Either way, I just didn't like it. It just comes out. I just didn't like it. It wasn't what I wanted out of like a Spider-Man team up story. Because like I told you guys before, that's what the main thing interested me to begin with was a story about Peter and Miles teaming up, and it on top of that being written by the creator of the Spectacular Spider-Man's like cartoon that I grew up watching. I thought it was gonna be like phenomenal because I rewatched the black suit Uncle Ben scene where like, oh, what do you Katana, chill the fuck out. God damn, pissing me off. But I fucking hate you, Katana. Um, but it just didn't hit me. It did not hit me at all. And it is very disappointing for me. Um, and y'all know that's what I was paying for Marvel Unlimited for. On top of finding out that I wasn't gonna get the comic to read the comic every week, or not week, but every time it released. I was only able to like read the comic like several months after the fact of each issue. Like even after I waited all that time and finished the issues completely, it didn't feel like that was worth it. At the end of the day, it didn't feel like it was worth it at all. So then it was like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like I read it online and then I was like, yeah, this is not worth it. Keeping up with this, even the interesting parts didn't go much of anywhere. They didn't really do much with the two Electros. They had them just fight the Spider-Man, then the Lizard. But it felt they had the Lizard be like they had the Lizard. You know, since they split the Lizard off like from Connors, then there was no convincing him because Connors was a different person. And then Peter's like, Connors, why didn't you just come to me and ask me for help? He was like, I don't know. And then even when they brought that up, I was like, he could have went to you. Like you would have actually helped him had he went to you. Like that was an option. And I was like, okay, so this is really dumb. There's there was no reason for him to feel blackmailed and threatened then if going to Spider-Man was an option. He didn't have to do like drug up the Electros and then keep him hostage, keeping his son hostage. If he had just told the Spider, they could have worked. I mean, I think that's what everything, isn't it? In every superhero or anything, just go to the superhero and they'll help. My fucking god. Fucking Baraka, you're a bitch. You know that, right? Oh god, I am gonna do you like that. Yeah, I did him like that. It was totally worth it too. Why don't I just use 335, 376? Okay. Yeah, because I don't need the other stuff to get like a perfect. I don't need a perfect. So I do not know still if I won that Rivals event. Anything in it yet. I think the announcement's March 1st, which is tomorrow. But the rewards supposed to come out like today, or be alerted of rewards today, or not quite sure. But either way, I was hoping I would win one because I put like a bunch in the short video track. I was gonna do screenshots at some point. Um, I even had some saved. I just didn't make it in time. Who knows? Maybe I'll win it and get that 8,000 units, and then I can use that to drop it on that Emma costume bundle, and I have to like, I don't know, and then maybe I can spend it on the Hella bundle. Um, and then next time when the Widow bundle comes, I can use whatever I have then. It's kind of hilarious. I don't even think I talked about. Did I do it on stream? Talk about. I ran into Dig Bar, or at least someone who maybe was Dig Bar. I don't know, or maybe it wasn't even him, and it was just someone who wanted me to think it was him. Uh, and Kyle. Like I for sure ran into Kyle and Dia. Like legit, I ran into them. They were on the opposite team I was on, and they won. And Dia got MVP. And I was like, cause when I put two and two together, like Kyle and Dia. Surely that can't be the Kyle and Dia I'm thinking of. But then I check it, and it's like, yep, that's them. And I did it by looking at a past stream where they played rivals, and yeah, it was the same username. So it was like, okay, that was them. Uh, Kind of wild how that happened. Out of nowhere, I run into both a Dig Bar, who I at least assume was Dig Bar, and Kyle in the same day, like playing. So, but hey, that's But yeah, dang, that still sucks, bro. Like I still have a bad audio quality after all the money I've spent. Yeah, I might be better off just playing Xbox games on my PC and then streaming them on there. What the ones I can, even though the only one I can think of that I can is Minecraft, and I don't even like Minecraft. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. And then I tried to listen to J. Cole's other songs. I don't know. They don't hit if Dig Bar isn't in it. What I've noticed. I don't know, because when he's with Dig Bar is the aggressive, masculine one, and Jake is the subby, submissive one. And like their voices show it, and it's funny, but dang, everybody got a duplicate of themselves. Y'all saw that? He had S on his pads on his suit. Maybe he is like as egotistical as Frost says like he is. Well, no, we are shown the and like well we hear the opposite, but that kind of did show how much of an ego. Even Frost doesn't have her name on her suits or like just anywhere. My mother is on her phone every day of her entire life, and yet, as much as she talks on her phone to many different people as more knowledgeable than she is about phones or as knowledgeable as she should be, she still does not know how to do the basic of things on a phone. And then like it's funny because she used to tell me to like look up stuff I didn't know how to do instead of telling me how to do them. So then when I tell her to do the same thing, she thinks I'm being like aggressive or rude or whatever. But you do the same thing on a regular basis. I'll ask her to help me do something that I don't know how to do because I was never taught how to do it. And I actively want to know how to do it, and then just be like, look it up. Figure it out yourself. So it's like that's how parents be. The same parents that say you can come to me about anything, baby, and it's like you're not chasing your dreams. You're a very unappreciative child. I gave you a good life. You should be doing something with it. You owe me. Damn, man, you did that to yourself. I was at first gonna use the towers, like tower keys, and resummon them, but I think I'm just gonna keep doing the same one instead for like 2 times and then stop, and then I'll save those for when if I ever need to do them again, like after I get all the like 20 million of these. So But yeah, J Cole. I don't know. I tried even with Run the Jewels. I tried to listen to the first Run the Jewels album and work my way up to the later ones. But the only songs I seem to actually like is Nobody Speak, Nobody Get Choked, and Legend Has It. And yeah, Let's Go from the Venom movie, and that's it. I'm trying to, because I like how LP rhymes. Like his rhymes are like, and the way he says it all, it just flows so well to me. And Killer Mike is like me and Mike bring delight to the knife fight gig. 29 grams light. Oh my god. Damn it. Or it could even just be I'm talking too low for the mic to catch it, maybe. But I mean, that's because I'm out of breath because of my condition. Yeah, I'd be damned if I was gonna get out of that bubble and get like hit with a fatal blow. I'd be damned. Jesus Christ. Good old Baraka. That's the XP Baraka. I mean, he's the only Baraka I like. And I don't even like him. So you gonna do me like that, right? You gonna do me like that? I wonder why he hasn't done like more with it since like. Well, I mean, Mortal Kombat has sucked apparently, as far as the longtime fans are concerned, and as far as like as a business, Warner Bros. And NetherRealm have like sucked. But I heard Paramount Plus won the deal over Netflix. I don't know how, but they did. So you're so fucking petty. You know that, right? You're so petty. Oh my god. He's like, oh, you want some crushing blows? I got some crushing blows for you. Come get some. I'll probably get to 20 million by the end of this tower. Probably. You're such a bitch, Devore. Like, for no reason. You're such a bitch. You did not see that coming. Ain't no way. Thank you, God. I still think that voice is quotable. That line where he's like, "Cease before you doom us all." Maybe I would have thought "Your Soul Is Mine" would be quotable if I had actually watched that movie, but I didn't. He'll probably say it in the new one. Probably, most likely, almost definitely. Nigga. I did not feel like just going on with him. I had to kill him. You gotta be fucking kidding. I hate you, Jackie. Thank you, Totem. Thank you. That is so satisfying. I'll do this one then. Oh yeah. Those you have to be that character. I forgot. So I'll do this one. All right. This one will probably give me the 20 million, and then I can stop. Yep, got me to 20 milli. I think you gotta do 4 AI battles. Those are what gives you the reward. I can't remember. But yep, now for these last 14 minutes, I'm gonna just chill. Uh, I guess, Isabel, if you're able to see this now at any point, I'm gonna get on PS5 later and do 2 hours there. Um, I don't know how soon or how later. It might even be at night, but I'm gonna do it. After I get some stuff settled that I have to take care of. Dang, Frost, everything I've done for you. Okay, that is kind of cool. Dang, pun intended. Oh man, you got me. You got me. He got me. Goddamn. He really got me with that. How did I know that I knew? How did I know that she would end up being killed by her fatal blow right after she used her own? Because it's always like that. Dear God. At least his is gone now. Frost. You fucking cunt, Frost. My God. Damn. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Hopefully she'll do the friendship if she wins. No. Well, I guess winning comes at a price. Everything has a price. Oh God. You were doing so well, Frost. What happened? Hearts are always worth it. Never forget that. Yeah, one more. We can do one more, and then we can end this. But yeah, for those that stuck around, I appreciate you. I'll be live again later on today, and it'll be on the PS5 doing probably in an Impact or TXKO. Yeah. At least he doesn't have it. Really, Sindel? Thank you. I take it back. Well, yep, that's gonna be it. I will see you guys in a little bit. Love ya.